Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, aliens and earthlings, and everything in between. This is your host, Oregon Bigfoot Hunter. Now let me tell you a little tale known as the Bowman Story. It comes from President Theodore Roosevelt's book written in 1892, The Wilderness Hunter, where there is a story of an encounter between an ape man and a young frontiersman who went by the name Bowman. In Roosevelt's telling, Bowman and a friend of Bowman's were trapping along one of the more remote stretches of Montana's Wisdom River, sometime guesstimated to be near the 1850s. After building a shanty and making camp in what seemed like the perfect spot for hunting, the two men began about their normal routine of setting their traps. Only when they got back to camp, they found their belongings had been rummaged through and their shanty torn down. The two didn't think much of it, as it could have been any number of critters about. So the fellas decided to just fix it up the way it was and continue to use it as a camp. In Roosevelt's book, when that night came, Bowman was awakened by the sound of rustling and the most foul odor of a wild beast. Startled, he immediately sprung up to his feet and fired a shot. He then heard something scattering off through the brush. He and his friend figured they scared it off pretty good, yet they didn't like the tenacity of such beasts to be so brave, and decided to abandon their camp as soon as there is enough sunlight to ride out. All was quiet for the rest of the night while the two slept. When morning arrived, the two parted ways, so that Bowman could gather the traps while his partner scouted for a new camp downriver. Sadly, Bowman's friend would never make it home again. As Bowman made his way to the new campsite, he found his partner sprawled on the ground with his neck snapped and a set of bite marks on his throat. He knew at once that the menacing forest beast was to blame. According to his telling, the horrific sight sent him running, rifle in hand, never to return to the spot again. By the time he told his story to Roosevelt, Bowman was a very old man. President Roosevelt, a man of character and looked upon with much prestige for historical accomplishments, the father of our protected national wilderness, possibly believed in Bigfoot. The man that could judge distinguished character was compelled enough to share Bowman's story. Thank you for listening to my telling of Roosevelt's story about Bowman. If you like this, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be sure to get your notifications by hitting that bell. Also, I would love to hear about any stories you might have about Bigfoot in the comment section. Also, this channel will be giving out prizes to subscribers during celebratory events. So I'll say, when we hit 100 subscribers, I'll pick a random name for a prize. Prize has yet to be determined. Also, I will be filming various paths where Bigfoot has been sighted and we can search for him together.